Hi, I'm Jadi and welcome to another video from Geeking with Jadi. I was going to contribute some code to one of the projects I really like or love and enjoy on a daily basis and thought it's good to share it with you guys. What I'm going to work on is the lichess site, lichess.org. It's Libre Chess, an answer to all the commercial chess websites which charge you money to even solve daily puzzles if you want to solve more than 5. You know what I'm talking about. So a super cool guy started the lichess projects. He is this guy, contributors, Ornikar, if I pronounce his name correctly. He's a maker of lichess.org, a hippie communist chess server for drug fuel atheists. Very cool guy. I play here every day, and once a week or something, I check its issues. On the issue list, someone opened a request here, keyboard input, continue to next puzzle. The case is this site has some cool puzzles which you can work on. Sorry, I'm not a very good chess player. I will play this. Okay, it was good. I will play this. Now I have to push continue training or next puzzle if I'm logged in to go to the next puzzle. Where is the problem? You can play using only the keyboard. You can type your commands. But in this case, you need to go to your mouse, move your cursor, click here, then back to the keyboard and play the way you want. The guy is asking in this issue, please add a feature where I can push something here and it takes me to the next puzzle. Interesting. Let's go for it. If you want to contribute on something, it's better, you have to, it's not better. You have to understand the code somehow, be able to reproduce the bug, be able to change the code, run the code and see if it's working or not. Don't rush. The joyful part is you are learning new things, you are doing cool things, you have more challenges, you will have a better understanding on how to read code. These are the good parts. Don't just jump to solve some code somewhere. See it as a challenge to learn new things. Okay, I found the source code on the GitHub site, as you can say, github.com/lichess.org/lila. I didn't know about this lila. I have worked with this code base. The point is, if you are just starting, it says, Lila is the lichess.org, the forever free, adless and open source chess server. It has its own APIs, it has its own Scala chess and other things. Let's go to Lila. It has a part which says how to set up your development environment. You will open this, you will go through these steps. First, you will make sure that you can run the code locally or on your server. So you know how to work with it, how to change parameters, how it connects to the Mongo. About this site, it's a little bit big because it needs Mongo, it needs Redis, but the documentation is super clear. I was able to run it in less than an hour, including all the downloads and everything. For setup Lila, you have to clone the code, go to Lila, go to build the UI, and then run Lila itself. For WebSockets, you have to do this. This is another project, Lila WebSockets. You need to seed the database. It seeds the database with everything you need, like puzzles. And then you need Stockfish if you are going to analyze your games and those kind of stuff. Nothing huge here. But when you want to work on a code and then commit your changes and then send PRs, pull request. So you want to tell people that please add my code to your own project. On GitHub, you have to fork it. First, I will go to the Lila project. As you can see, I will fork the code. I have done this already, so you can go to your own fork. See, now the address is github.com, jadi, which is me, Lila. This is my fork of that code. And it says here, jadi Lila is a fork of lichess.org/Lila. And I'm 35 commits behind the main code because I have done this some time ago. I can say fetch and merge. Now I am up to date with the upstream. If you don't know much about the Git, or always it's difficult, upstream is the main project. I forked it here. Upstream was lichess/Lila. And then I can clone this project. So this will be my master. So I will go here, say code. This is the address. So I will copy this. I will go to my terminal. This is where I have it. If I go with git remote-v, you will see that yes, I have it here. I have the origin. Sorry, I said master a few minutes ago. It is origin. My origin is jadi Lila. My upstream is this. So now I have fetched that, so I can say git pull origin master, pull the origin from the origin to my master branch. It will pull all the new code. If you do the git log, you will see, okay, today we had these changes on the project. Now you need to run it. You have to go through this document, go through all the steps. It says, okay, install it like this. Sorry. If you want to develop environment, go through this, do all these steps. I have done all of them and I was working on this code. I know what I'm doing at the moment. And then build the UI, run the Lila. It uses TypeScript and Scala. Here, if you are not using Tmax, it's always good to use Tmax, makes your life easier. I will go with, what was it? Okay, UI build. UI build. On another window. What is going on? I'm not in Tmax. What happened to the Tmax? Anyway. And also run the Lila. Lila is a wrapper. It says here, Lila is a wrapper for SPT. When in SPT, which is for Scala, you can do a compile, I think, and run. Not sure if you need both of them or not. First, we are making sure that I can run this code. This is building a UI. While this is running, I will go to code to save you some precious time. This is the code. I opened the Lila code here. When you don't know anything about the source code, it's better to start looking to the directories most of the times. Here we have an app, we have bin, conf, modules, project, public, and translations and UI. It's a very easy guess that what I'm going to work with is inside the UI. Because what I'm going to work is, I'm going to add some shortcut here. So in the UI, you can have a look, see what you can find, what is interesting. I was checking it, and you have a directory which is puzzle. Obviously, this is for the puzzles. And even inside the puzzle, you have things like streak, not sure which is the correct pronunciation, storm, race, dashboard, and these kind of stuff. And you can see all of them again here. For example, the race, the storm. So this should be the main puzzle part. This took me maybe 2 hours to find out. It's not like looking at it and finding it. You have to find it, you have to check, see what you have there. And even inside that, you have some controllers. Okay, so this controls this is the controller, if you should know what is the controller is. And I found out also the keyboard, which was very interesting. As you can see, in the keyboard section, you have some configuration related to the keyboard. For example, you have that F flips the page. This is how I go forward. You look into the directories in general direction, you will find your way, and then you find out, okay, F flips the page. Let's try it, see if I can flip my page. UI is built. The documentation has other parts like how to contribute, learn more about SPT. At the end, I think it had some hints. Always read whatever documentation you can find. It says, okay, for the user interface, if you want to keep your program updated, go to the part you want and then run this. So I will do this. I will go to the puzzle, to the UI puzzle, and I will run that. This will watch the directory. If something changes, rebuilds the UI. This is very good for me. I don't need to run this manually all the time. And here I did the compile. I will do a run. It will run the Scala program. The main program is in Scala. The other parts are in TypeScript and using some framework. It says, okay, your server is up on this port. I think I have it open here. Yes. So see, now I have my project up and running. I have imported different things like this one. Okay, it cannot connect. So let's go through this, and I don't have the WebSockets running, I believe. This does the development document. You have to go through all of these parts. First, make it run as it runs originally. Then try to reproduce the bug. When you can do it, it's most of the times much easier to solve the case. Okay, so I wanted to run the WebSockets. SPT run in Lila WS. Let's go there. cd Lila WS SPT run. This runs the WebSockets, and my GUI will be able to connect to the main Lila. Okay. So let's have a look again, see if it's working. Now it's connected, reconnecting. I can go to the play. I can go to the puzzles. Puzzles are working because I have imported the MongoDB databases based on these documents. Okay. In this section, you have this optional seed the database. You can seed the database based on this Mongo dumps. Remember that if you wanted to do a Mongo restore into the dump, you have to specify the database to import it into the lichess database. This is not mentioned here. Maybe it's better to add it to the documentation. Anyway, so now I have this running. What I do in the first place, I will make sure that I know if I'm changing the correct part of the program. I will close this. This was my development server. I have gone to my preferences, and I have told it to be able to move the pieces using the keyboard. Where was it? Site settings, maybe? No. Just click game behavior. Trackback, sleep, remove, draw, move confirmation. Input moves with the keyboard. This is set on yes. So I will go here, back. I will go to the puzzles, easier. This is my local version. So I have this. If I push enter, it will accept direct commands. Now I have lost enough, so moving is very easy. I say C3 should move to, no, sorry, I'm black. C6 should move to B4. This was the correct move. So it's moving. Then what should I do? I should say B4 should attack D3. Okay, this was nice, but now I have to go to the mouse and push the continue training. I will push escape, so I'm not in this part anymore. I will try pushing F. F is flipping the board. What I did initially was I came here and changed this F to something else, like T. Saved it, ran the program, and make sure that now I can push T to flip the board. So I know I'm changing it correctly, I'm running it correctly. I have to go and solve the main issue. So back to F. Another thing which I did was I added another binding thing here, said, okay, T. Made sure that both F and T are doing what I want, which is flipping the board. So I can add a new shortcut. This is because I don't know the TypeScript programming. I'm not good in JavaScript. So I was just making sure that I'm not breaking anything and I know what I'm doing. When this worked, I said, okay, I need the N is a better choice, to the next puzzle. But how? I continued reading the codes. I saw that in top, it imports keyboard controller. So let's go to the keyboard controller. As I told you, this took me maybe 1 day in total. It's importing from interfaces. So in the interfaces, I have one keyboard controller which exports these functions. For sure, there is a function for next training because I have it here. So let's try and see where is it. I was looking into the general controller, and we had one here which was called next puzzle. So I told it that, okay, here on my controller, also please export the next puzzle. This should be it, I believe. Yes. It is exporting these functions to the keyboard controller. So I told it do this. I'm not teaching the TypeScript and I don't know TypeScript. I'm just following a pattern to show you how you can do the same to learn new things. Now I know a little bit of TypeScript. Okay, this was nice. Now I have next puzzle here. So I should be able to say from controller, give me next puzzle. This should work up to now. Then I went for the controller itself, found the next puzzle. Oh, sorry. Let's see, it is used here, it is defined here. And it says, okay, next puzzle, stop evaluation. Check it VM next promises initiate and redraw for the next one. And in some specific condition, if something is not happening, blah, blah, blah. So this looks good. But in the end, it is still returning something. So controller should be fine. I think I don't need anything in this controller. Let's go to the keyboard. Here, when I tried this, the problem was, it says, okay, whenever you push N, I need the next puzzle. It waits for those promises and will run this sometime. This is not good because someone is playing and we have to make sure that it's time to go to the next puzzle. I checked and saw that we have a logic like this. It says, okay, if the user pushed N, don't directly go to the next puzzle. Check for the situation. I found out that we have a variable which is called controller VM mode. And it says if your VM mode is in a play mode, if you are trying, or it's in view mode. If it's in view mode, I did some console logs to find this. If it's in view mode, it means that you are viewing the results. So it's time to move to the next puzzle. So I created same logic here. I said, if this happened, let's have a function which does this. What is the function? If this is the, what was it called? Copilot or something? Super crazy. This is exactly what I wanted. If the user pushed N, if control VM mode is view, go to the control next puzzle. So it works only if we are going to the view position. So the puzzle is finished, blah, 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 blah. I didn't know this in the beginning. I added one console log here and saw when the control VM mode is what. Anyway, so we have this, we have that. I can say exit to make sure that I'm running the latest code, although there should be a reload or something. And let's run it again. Compile and run. I'm not an expert in Scala, in lichess. This was the first time I was really working with this code base. Also, I mentioned this in the issue that said, okay, I'm new to this. May I work on this? And they said yes. Thank you. So I have that. Now I'm in this situation. Let's retry it. Now I can start playing. Okay. Let's press N. It doesn't go to the next level. This is good. If I go here, now I push N and still nothing happens. Why is that? Bind N to this. If control VM mode is view, run the controller next puzzle. What is this? What are we missing? Let's try and see if we have any errors or something in our elements. We have. Okay, type error. Control next puzzle is not a function. Control next puzzle is undefined. This is good. At least we have an idea what went wrong. Okay, here we should have it as a function, right? Control next puzzle. Here, maybe this is not built. We can try building this again. On the interfaces, I say next puzzle. There's void. This is what I was doing here. It also exports this. And here I had the next puzzle, and here I had the next puzzle. What is this? Something is broken here, maybe. Ah, this is different. Very nice error. It says argument of type blah 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 is different than what is used there. So I need next puzzle here too. Let's try it once more. Leila. Compile and run. Let's see this time. Okay, I will refresh this. It's not loaded yet. Refresh, refresh, aggressively refresh till it's loaded. Okay. Now, so the easiest one is this one. If I push next now, no errors. I pushed N, which is good, but no errors. So, but doesn't go to the next one. Now it says, okay, it's finished. I will push N and next one. Even if I'm playing with keyboard, it should work. I will push enter. Now I can issue commands. I will tell it that, okay, F6 to G5. Okay. Now I will say B hits D2. Okay, it worked. Now I cannot push N because this one is getting it, but if I press escape and then go to the N, I will go to the next puzzle. And my strikes are okay here. For example, I can say view the solution. This is the solution, so I get a negative LO if it's called. And then I can go with N to the next puzzle. So this is working fine. Now I have done my programming part. Back to the contribution. As you can see, I have it here. I can say always it's good to exit this. Say git status. We have 3 files changes. When you are contributing to the projects, it's very good to be super detailed. I will go with git diff. Let's see what is changed. On file control, I have added next puzzle. Okay, good enough. On file interfaces, I have added 1 line. And on file keyboard, I have added this logic, which looks okay. So this is good. Then it's a very good practice to go to the project, check if there is a contribution style, if there is a coding style. It's good to read everything. I have done this already. And also check the code itself. Sometimes there is a file which is called contributors or contributions, contributing. And it says, okay, if you want to contribute, do this, do that. Sometimes there are more strict rules where to put the issue type, issue code, and everything. Anyway, I will go to the issue I was trying to solve. I will copy the issue address. You can have the link or the number. And then I will go to my Git. I will say git add -a git commit, be careful with -a. And oh, sorry, what I did. Sorry. Very be careful. Git status says, okay, 3 files are committed. This is good. Git are ready to be committed. Git -m, and I will say fixing, adding shortcut N to go to the next puzzle. Or maybe it's better not to write it like this. Just do a git commit and use a full-scale editor for this. On the first line, I will say what we have done. Added the N shortcut on puzzles. Added the next puzzle shortcut to puzzles page. This fixes this. Now it's a little bit better. You saw the code, I knew what I was doing, and it was much easier than writing this one. It's very good to write detailed ones with the link to the issue on the next pages. This way, GitHub will know what you are fixing using this. So I will say this is good. I have done this. Now I can check the git log. Jody have done this. Good enough. So I can do git push. I will push it to origin. You remember, I'm working on my own branch. It is pushed to Jody Lila Git. So what I can do is I can come here. I can go to my own Git. This is the main one. I want to go to my fork. Let's go to my fork here and close this. This is my fork. It says this branch is 1 commit ahead. So I can say open pull request. I'm 1 commit ahead. So I have done something more. What we did was we found the project, forked it. So when forked it, it is in my own space. We did our changes. Okay, sorry for some strange thing which I don't understand. The recording was not recorded from the place you saw it broke. What I did afterwards, I was describing that first I found the project on GitHub. I forked it. When I forked it, it came to my personal space, if you can call it. Then I checked from here the address, then did a git clone this address. Then I had the code. I ran the project. I fixed the bug I was looking to. And when everything was done, I committed and did a git push. During this change, so I found it, I cloned it, I did the changes. Here we did something which was not the best practice. We worked on the master branch. It's always better to create another branch. It may be called your name dash issue ID dash what you are fixing or whatever the project asks for. Here, as you saw, there was nothing in the contributing MD file. So I just use the master and I'm pushing to the master. Normally, it is a better practice, or at least in a huge project, it's a normal practice to create another branch, push there, and this kind of stuff. But here there was nothing, so we pushed to the master. They may come back and tell us why you push to the master. It's better to push to the next release, to the working, to the testing, to the develop branch. Each project has its own regulations, but here there was nothing, so I just pushed to the master and hope this does not annoy anyone. So when I pushed to the master, we saw that this branch is 1 commit ahead of lichess.org. To send this being ahead, I went to the contribute, I opened a pull request. it gave me a form and it says, okay, you are doing this, you are doing that. And I pushed yes, I know, and please merge it. Here I said, okay, merge my master from Jadi to master lichess. They may say, okay, this was not a good thing. Please repeat it and send your pull request to another branch. Here I'm not sure where. Anyway, and they may be brave and just push it to the master. After testing, this can go to the production. It says here you have this, you have that, also finds the name by itself. And when I confirmed it, it was done. Now it is done. Even if you go to the issues and you check from there, keyboard input, you will see that GitHub will understand from the link we put in the, or even the issue ID we put in the commit message, it will know that this is a request for pull. Please add my changes to your precious project. You should be kind of brave in the first times, especially in new projects. You should be polite. If they give you any feedback, listen it and see everything as an opportunity to learn. I'm not saying, why did this? They should be very proud. I should be very, very proud. And these are very cool guys that let me to contribute to their project. This is an opportunity to learn things. We have to wait and see if we have made anyone angry, if we have broke anything, if we have broke their coding style. You have to check all those documents and make sure that you are contributing something which helps them. Thank you guys, and thank you lichess guys, and thank you viewers. Sorry that it broke in the middle, but nothing fancy afterwards. Just went there, sent that. You missed one okay when I was sending the PR. When now I opened it, it was already saved. Anyway, enjoy, contribute, and see everything as an opportunity to learn new things. One more tip. If you are checking the issues and you don't feel comfortable with saying that, okay, I'm going to work on this case, it is always a good idea to just try it without telling them. Clone it, see if you can read the code, if you can find where it should be changed, if you can change it. If it's working, volunteer and say, okay, I'm working on this. Also, it's always a good idea. For example, it says minor code cleanup suggestion. You can go here and say, I want to watch this. I will subscribe to the notifications and see how other people are talking with each other about this, how other people are doing these changes, and still you will learn a lot. For example, it says, okay, this is done using this request, pull request. You can go to the file changes, how they have changed the files, what they added. This way, you will learn a lot of things. Have fun.